So one of the things I get asked about the most, if I had to pick a most, is casual-luxe, or what I call casual-luxe, which to me is a lot of what life is like now. Not all the time, but a lot, where we are in and out of meetings and we do multiple things in one day and need our outfits, our accessories to adapt to all of that. So I'm often asked about, shoes and pants and tops and different things, which I'll cover in various videos. But I thought today what I would do is show you an element, a key to capture that what I call casual luxe handbags. So if you have, if you've still got really corporate-y looking handbags, that might be the area that keep them for certain areas of your life, and consider some of these elements I'm going to show you today. That's what I would throw in the mix here. So part of what I look for and what I gravitate towards and what I tend to source for my clients when I'm looking handbags are practicality, beauty, quality, and the shape, the aesthetic. So now what I feel that really captures casual luxe really well is an element of softness to the design, or the rigidness, the sharper lines of more, especially more corporate-y handbags. I feel like move away from that, especially for casual luxe. That's what will, it's not congruent with casual luxe. There's still a place for that, but that's not what this is. So when I look at, say, this handbag, it's got little feet, and therefore it sits flat. So not everything gets lost and falls to the bottom, but the general aesthetic, it has, because of literally the shape, it's got a softness and a curve to it. The colour's great, but it's sort of got those elements that are a little bit almost casual, almost softness. So you can see there, now I realise I'm not that casual today, I've got a dress on, but it works, and this is where casual luxe needs to be quite adaptable, and I feel like most of us need things that are quite adaptable. So that's one shape. I've bought a few shapes, going right up, all right, mid size. Again, see how it's sort of, although that top is structured and then quilted, it's still got like a soft, relaxed, yet quality look to it. Again, wear it like that. I can stick it over my shoulder, and you can imagine this holds enough, as does this, that I can get it over my shoulder, that if I was flying and dashing around the airport or dashing from here to there, it's still easeful, it's still adaptable to a busy lifestyle, but it's still glamorous and beautiful. So it's still got those soft elements to it. And then the biggest, so they're all slightly different sizes. The biggest one I own is this one, but again, it is the softest leather, and it sort of collapses when empty, which is what I was looking for, so that it really just sort of flops when it's empty, but it is big enough I can put a laptop in there. So if need be, again, flying, going, I'm speaking, all those kind of things, going to meet a client, it can take quite a lot of pieces if that's need be, an umbrella, the whole lot. But you can see, looking at it, it's got it's not a rigid, sharp sort of shape to it. It's got that softness to it. And then the smallest that I have anyway is, you know, across the body, which there is certainly, like many of us, a place for across the body. Of course, it holds a lot less. I don't tend to use this as much for work, a little bit, but it's quite beautiful because it's all the woven leather. Now, you may not be big on leather. You might be vegan leather. Obviously, that's a whole different discussion. I've had a lot of experience with both. I have gone back to all 4 of these are leather. They are actually all a beautiful Australian brand that I really admire and respect called the Wanderers. They tend to really capture, and I recommend them a lot actually, they really capture that effortless look really well, rather than a really traditional corporate-y kind of look, and they are a brilliant sort of mid-range price point, and they're Australian, so you know it's great to support an Australian brand. So you can see how even if I had pants and a more casual, much more casual outfit, it's got the elements, all of them have the elements of very carefully designed, very carefully curated. They've got a softness to them, and therefore sort of like an effortless sort of feel about them. Colours are all great, which they do so well. And I would say, and I've always truly believed, you're better off to own one good bag to the level that is appropriate for you to spend at that time, whichever area of the market, whether you want right up the luxe end and you want your Chanel, or you want a mid-range, which is why I've mentioned this brand, or inexpensive. But to me, I would rather have one bag that is really lovely, that meets most of my requirements, because then every time I wear it or use it, it's beautiful, as opposed to having half a dozen cheapies and you're always using or wearing a cheapie. So I would very much have make decisions based on all of that. Let me know your thoughts.